All right, gamers, I have word that we are ready for our next run. Our next runner is a Kirby speedrunning specialist. They have 22 world records and have posted respectable times in over 16 different Kirby games. They joined us for a phenomenal run of Kirby's Dream Land 2 last year, and now BeamQueenSol returns to Fall Fest 2024 for an all goals games run of Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Good luck, Sol.
I'm going to very quickly add that most of those are solo ability runs, and I've been the only one to do most of them, so, here's a challenge to people who want to learn a Kirby game. Learn solo ability runs, they're really fun. Anyways, hello, I am BeamQueenSol, or you can just call me Sol. I speedrun a lot of Kirby. This one's gonna be a little different than, what you might see from Amazing Mirror, because you know Amazing Mirror, it's the whole thing where you go through the world, you did all these shards, you put it together, you fight the final boss, all that stuff. That's not what we're doing. Anyways, so this is all gold games. Let me try to keep this short, so, time will start when I hit one player, so in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, now I just safely continue. So, this one's gonna start like any other Amazing Mirror run. Like, we're gonna go through this little intro area, we have a little gate that we need to get through, our very aptly named gate step. You know how it is, you know it, you love it. So, just gonna do that. Awesome. And then we're gonna set up a mix very early on. Hopefully we get this first try, if not, it'll be fine. We got a first try, perfect. So this is Wheel, and Wheel is going to be our best friend for almost the entire run. Its movement is nothing short of great in every possible way, and there's really nothing better for the most part to get around. So this, like I said, this run is a little bit different. So, all the runs start the same. You go through this whole section, you get towards the first boss, and when we get there is where it's gonna deviate a lot. So the whole thing about getting mirror shards, actually getting ourselves out of the mirror world, helping Meta Knight, because you probably didn't see that because I skipped through it, but Meta Knight's having some troubles, but he's fine. He can take care of it. Meta Knight is a very strong, independent board who doesn't need nobody. So instead, we're just gonna go on, like, an adventure. There are 16 gold games throughout this run, and we're gonna go to each and every one of them. When we get to each one, there's this little, thing that we'll ride on, like, a warp star for anywhere from 5 to 15 seconds, depending on which one we actually go to. And for each one of those, there are different things we can get, like, usually just batteries, food, stuff like that. Things that'd be good for, like, your next excursion through the mirror world. And, that was bad positioning from Mr. Frosty. I'm sorry, Mr. Flosty. For some reason, he has an L in his name. Don't worry about it. We're also going to be hitting a bunch of switches. A lot of these are very much, this is a special tool that'll help us later, because we really need these to get around. And that one actually does have a gold game that we will be eventually reaching, but it'll be way later on. For now, we're just going to keep going as we were. No, nothing too different here. Again, it's very much the start of an Amazing Mirror run. So we're going to get down here, that's okay. Hit that, go through this door, and we're just about done with this segment. So we're going to get right here. Very important switch. We need this to basically escape this section, and we're actually done here. So, yeah, you know how King Dolman's down here, you normally find him? Nah, we're not doing that. He's fine. But we have a really cool shrine I'm going to show off. I would do this the other way, because we do have Sword in the other 3, but this is really neat. So that enemy is called a Droppy. And what it does is, if it touches Kirby, it copies the ability that you had and takes it from you. So because I had Wheel, it became a Wheelie, and so we can actually cut a rope, we let it take Wheel, become Wheelie for a bit, do our thing, and then get it back. The easier strat, obviously, would have been call the other Kirbys, one has Sword, let them do it, but it's such a neat trick. And for a showcase like this, there's no way I wouldn't show that off. It's it is very much exclusive to this game. There's really nothing like that trick. That enemy is only in this game. I'm torn on whether or not I want to see Droppy come back, if I'm being honest. But we're just about done with this segment as well, and we're gonna actually have the first of several mini-bosses we'll be fighting throughout the run. So, I hope you like Boxy. Boxy will be showing up a lot. We fight this particular one 4 times throughout the run. And hopefully that is how most of them will go. And also our first gold game proper. So while we're doing this, and in fact we're gonna have like a big kind of sequence of going to the next one. If there's any messages, definitely feel free to get them, because I know we're trying to get that boss endurance incentive, and I'd really love to see it met.
Absolutely, Sol. I've got you covered, and what a great call for and reminder for that boss endurance showcase. We had a $10 donation from Support Gay Bees. No message, but thank you so much, Bees, for that donation. They attribute those $10 towards the boss endurance showcase. And trust me, gamers, again, you're not going to want to miss this boss endurance showcase. You're going to get to see our very own Sol take on all of the game's bosses from Golem to Dark Mine back to back. And it's exactly as the name suggests, it's an endurance run. We only need $228.50 to reach the $500 to unlock it. So make sure that when you go to donate, scroll down to the incentives, select the Endurance Showcase, and let's make it happen. Right, Sol?
Exactly. Also, Shasta just brought it up again. There's also a challenge. If y'all can get to 400, Shasta will finish the remainder. So yeah, it's actually more like 128. So you know what to do. And if you want further incentive, so the boss endurance is very quick. Like my PB in is just over 5 minutes. Just for reference. But instead of wheel, we actually use smash a lot. Like if you don't know this game, this is also the game where the Smash Brothers ability actually debuted. So, like, if you played Smash, you know Kirby's moveset from that game, and they basically just put it in here, pretty much just wholesale. It's very much based on his Melee moveset at the time, but unlike in Melee, it's absolutely... It's probably the best combat ability in the game. It covers a lot of puzzles. There's, like, headlers even. Like, if you do 100% in this game, there's like a segment that people will call the Smash Tour, because you just use Smash Kirby to go through a lot of it. But it absolutely shreds bosses. You definitely want to see it. Yeah, it's the Melee moveset, but good. And if that ain't enough, for the final boss, we actually use UFO, which is a carryover from any percent run from standard runs of the game. So if things go well, boss endurance will fly by. But honestly, so is this run. This run's gonna be quick, so you don't have that much time. I say, as, you know, we're just cruising on through, because Wheel is great movement. And honestly, that's this run in general. So, because we're not really fighting bosses or anything, we're not having to worry about, like, swapping to this thing to deal with, like, Gobble or whatever. It's very much just... Do you want to see the Amazing Mirror, but with all the movement that it has? And this is a great run for that. It's a great run if you're curious about, say, doing something beyond 80%. This could be, like, a good precursor to learning 100%, or, like, another sort of category, depending on what you're kind of feeling. Run a Kirby game. That's the takeaway. Run a Kirby game. Or at least play a Kirby game. There's a lot of great options, especially if you're on Switch. A lot of the series is either just on there in general, or it's there through, like, NSO. Like this I'm playing right now, I'm actually playing it on the Switch. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's fine. And Fathead, if you play it on Switch, you can play multiplayer online. And honestly, I played a little bit of it. It is absolutely a trip. although it is not the smoothest experience, but that's more Amazing Mirror than it is anything wrong with the NSO stuff itself. But this game's on there, like a lot of the classic ones, like Adventure Superstar, are on the service. You are going to be very spoiled for choices if you have a Switch and you have at least NSO. and failing that, if you want, there's also stuff like Forgotten Land. Forgotten Land's amazing. Play that game. I know Shasta's been hyping that game up. Play that game. Yeah, whatever your favorite one is, for the most part, it's probably on Switch. Also, I did kind of just gloss over that. So there was that little sequence I had Missile for. Missile is a very interesting ability, because the best way to explain this movement is, imagine like a marble, and that is pretty much Missile movement. It's very unwieldy. It's not very good damage, especially in the international versions. They actually nerfed it. It does less. But its movement is very good, but very tricky. Very rewarding if you get it, though. Also, I'm seeing remarks about stuff like the Discord and Wiki. Yeah, we have a bunch of stuff. Like, if you're curious about any of this, I'll just go ahead and real quick give a little shout out to our Discord. A lot of great people that'll be more than happy to have you, help you out with learning pretty much any game in the series. And apart from that, if you're more, hey, what about resources for it? We have a wiki for that, KirbySpeedrun.com, and it's still it's a constant work in progress, because we're always adding stuff to it. But if you want to find out stuff in a way that's way easier to find than Discord, because, let's face it, Discord servers are not the best sources to find information sometimes. And that blocking is kind of mean. But that's okay. Anyways, I've gone on enough about the community for the moment. If there's any new messages, definitely feel free to DM them while I continue to get towards our next mini boss.
Absolutely, Sol. So you're doing a great job, everybody. We had a $50 anonymous donation with no actually, excuse me, they do have a comment. It says, "Let's see that endurance showcase." Thank you so much, Anonymous, for that donation. Everybody, we are making amazing progress towards unlocking that boss endurance showcase. We are only $178.50 away, or if we take Shasta's 100 bank dono that we're waiting on, that means we only need $78.50 in order to unlock it. Sol is moving ever so quickly, though, chat. Get your donations in so we can unlock that boss endurance showcase. I believe in you.
Yeah, speaking of Twitch, we have Wheel again. So that's a very tricky mix to actually pull off. Kirby has some kind of neat mechanics with movement in this game. For example, you can actually cancel out your float and do various things with it. Thanks to that, I'm able to just barely reach that. Get both, attack the Foley with an air puff, get both of them. And then, if I time it right, I get Wheel immediately. It is very tricky in this game compared to other games, like the other Game Boy Advance game, Nightmare in Dreamland, lets you buffer that, which is a lot easier to do if you're trying to do mixes like that. In this game, you kind of just have to hope you're good at your timing. But if we do it right, we get Wheel with very little hassle, and we get to go back to just our regularly scheduled Kirby and the Amazing Wheel movement. So we have a little brief trip here through part of Olive Ocean. We'll actually be coming back here very soon. But for now, we're gonna go this way, towards our next goal. And in my splits, a lot of these are named after whatever's in the area. Usually it's a mini-boss. In this case, in this case, it's not a mini-boss. It's instead referencing the fact that there are several wheelies in this segment. So it's called Olive Wheelie. I got another one later that's like Radish Emerald because of the emerald spray paint that's in that area. Most of the time, depending on what it is, either we're fighting a mini-boss, or we're just kind of like, oh yeah, the mini-boss is here, but we ignore it because it's in a section that we don't actually have to go to get to where we're going. In the case of like that spray paint, we don't get the spray paint actually. So I regret to inform you if you were hoping, hey, incentive to like change Kirby to emerald color. That can't happen. I'm sorry. But what can happen is I just start wheeling my way towards Radish Ruins now, and okay, we're fine. That could have been a lot worse. It's fine. Anyways, little satisfying bit here, but we're gonna make our way towards Radish Ruins. Really neat segment as well. Honestly, feel free to keep giving them messages. There's not really a whole lot to say other than just more movement to kind of just look at as I get through here.
Absolutely, Sol. I got you covered. You know what else we can do is we can continue to push towards unlocking that boss endurance showcase. We got a $25 donation from Starwind X9, and they say, more Kirby, please. Everybody, heed the wise words of Starwind X9. More Kirby can be done if we are able to raise $500 towards Trans Lifeline for that boss endurance showcase. We currently sit at $346.50 of the $500 needed to unlock it. That means we are only $153.50 away. And if we take Shasta's $100 bank donation, that means we only need $53.50. Math is hard, but I'm doing it on the fly. I promise I can do it.
Oh, apparently it's 43 now.
Okay, keep those donations rolling in.
Yeah, keep them rolling in like Kirby keeps rolling through these enemies and this entire path. Because we are definitely going to be going through the rest of these rooms very quickly. By the way, that switch is also important. I mentioned earlier we had Radish Emerald. That's because we had to come back here for that one. Also, a little bit of careful movement here. Okay, that's alright. That's fine. We'll take 2 cannons. 2 cannons is always fine. A lot of really tricky bits here with trying to jump on, like, one tile. If we mistime that, Kirby just kind of, like, flies off and hits, like, the lower wall. Worst case, I end up in spikes, and then I have to hope I don't lose the ability, but, we'll be fine. But now we're out of the ruins, and into this, like, weird canyon section. So we're about to find our third Boxy, and we're actually, it's a fun double feature, because we're actually going to be fighting our final Boxy right after it. So we're going to dip through this last section here, make our way back to Olive Ocean, and then, there's a Boxy there, and then, finally, Boxy can relax, doesn't have to worry about the sparring matches with Kirby. Honestly, it's probably difficult for Boxy being, you know, what they are. Okay, good, we got through that one. Also, it's one of the longer gold days. This one's like a 15-second one. So while this is going and we're going towards our next section, I don't know if there's any new messages or anything you might want to like kind of plug and promote, but definitely feel free to do it in the meantime.
So, you know I've always got you covered. We had a $10 donation from Veraphage, and they have no comment. But thank you very much, Vera, for that $10 donation. And everybody, no donation is too small or too large. Whether if you have a name, do it anonymously, have a comment, or nothing at all. Every little bit goes to the amazing, amazing Trans Lifeline Foundation. Everybody, let's keep it rolling. We are making great progress. We only need $43.50 to unlock that boss endurance showcase. I believe in you, chat. Let's make it happen.
All right, now for the fun part, where we have a lot of underwater stuff, but hopefully this won't be really much of an issue at all. Just a lot of careful movement. If we lose wheel, it's fine, because I'm going to be dropping it soon anyways, but I'd rather keep it for the mini-boss. Because if we lose it, we have to switch to Bomb. Bomb is a decent bit slower. So here's Boxy, here for one last hurrah. You know, showing their own support for Trans Lifeline. And thank you for your efforts, Boxy. We'll take it from here. And now for this part. Let's see if we get this. That's fine. We'll try again. Got plenty of opportunities here. Provided I don't mess up the movement. Ah, there it is. Perfect. So, UFO. Here's like the one occurrence of this in the run. So, we have two ways we can know about this. We get this one or we get fire. The main reason is this one block that we need to hit. But UFO is actually the fastest option we get here. So, I'm going to charge it up, go through that block. That's the main thing we needed it for, but now I'm going to carry it through the rest of this segment. Because it's just great in general. I got lots of freedom in movement. And, our mini-boss is actually going to be another Mr. Frosty, and we can just kind of take him out in, like, 2 hits. Also, I'm hearing we're really close to that goal, so, Addy Joe, if you want to, talk about that.
Absolutely. We had a $2 donation from Reddick. Thank you very, very much, Reddick, for that donation. We also had a $25 donation from Blackthorn Wolf. No message, but thank you so, so much for those donations. And everybody, with a quick little update, let's take a look. We are currently sitting at $383.50 of the $500 needed to unlock that Boss Endurance Showcase. We are only $16.50 away because we have that $100 from the generosity of Mr. Shasta waiting in the queue. If we're able to hit $400 against $16.50, we will unlock that Boss Endurance Showcase. Everybody, let's go!
Oh yeah, by the way, I should probably shout out UFO just a little bit, if only because, it has a beam attack, and... Well, you just see the name, you wonder what my thoughts are on a beam attack. Also, someone please donate that $16, I want to see what Shasta's message is. Oh, also, this will be it for UFO, because, once we go back to the hub, we lose the ability instantly. But that's fine, because we're actually going to need Missile anyway. So this is just actually very convenient for us, so, you know, watch the ability go away, we're back to normal, and now we can just swap to that, go back here. Remember how I said we needed this earlier? Yeah, we're finally, pulling the pin out on that one. We don't need to keep a hold on it, so here we go. This is the surprise tool that'll help us later. And that's why we needed Missile. We just needed it for those 2 blocks. And with any luck, we'll actually have a pretty neat mini-boss coming up here. So we also have Batafire. And just to get down in advance, if we could get some colon 3s in the chat, I'm sure a lot of y'all would be very, very okay with doing that here. You'll understand why if you don't know why I'm saying that. Okay, that could have been, that was spicy. But there's Batafire. And that's why the colon 3.
Oh, that's adorable. I love it.
Just let it down. I mean, it's adorable. Unfortunately, it's giant and on fire, so we don't like that part.
Spicy hugs. It's just spicy hugs, Soul.
Very spicy hugs. Very warm. Very toasty, you could say. They're great on a cold winter night, but unfortunately, we do kind of like not being on fire.
Speaking of being on fire, Soul,
yes.
Cat is just absolutely on fire. They definitely showed up with those cute cat faces, but they are on fire with the donations. We are only $16.50 away from unlocking that Boss Endurance Showcase. Chat, I believe in you. Let's keep it rolling. We can do it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bring you have like maybe like a good 12 minutes in the run.
Oh, easy peasy, Sol. We can do that.
Okay, careful, careful. There we go. This segment is very stary. If you're not careful, it's very easy to take a lot of extra damage that you don't want. Thankfully, we have stone to make this a little bit easier. There's actually a different route that you can take for this run, that will let you actually have wheel here, and wheel is way nicer in this entire section. Anyways, you don't need stone anymore. That was kind of more for safety than anything. So let's get out of this section. So this section actually would be where, if you're trying to get all the chests and stuff, this would be like the way that leads on to get in the map for Cabbage Tavern. We don't need it, obviously. We know where to go. We don't need no map. We don't need no map, and now we're gonna go back this way for once. But we're gonna take a different route. So if you're new to this game and you're just kind of like, oh, there's these two paths here. Where does this one go? It's not uncommon to actually go the right path instead of the left. And this is usually the first dead end that a lot of people will run into, the first gold end you would probably reach. It's also, if you go down a certain ladder in a couple of rooms from now, also where you would find Master Hand and you would get the Smash ability. There's a mini boss that hasn't shown up yet, and I don't think does show up in this ride. And if you were blind to this game, you would, this would probably be the moment where you're just like, holy crap, it's Master Hand. But we don't fight him. We don't need to. So we're just gonna keep going.
Sometimes it's best to turn the other cheek and kind of just walk away. But Sol, can I really quickly chime in with the donation?
Yes, go for it.
All right, we had $16 from
Let's
Crystal.
go!
And they say, good luck, Sol, and here's to the incentive. That means we are only 50 cents away from... Actually, you know what? There it is. Mr. Shasta with $101, making it so we can unlock that Boss Endurance Showcase. And Mr. Shasta says, the Kirby community has given me so much over the years, and I'm always happy to support them in marathons like this. Here's the rest of the money for Boss Endurance. Good luck, Sol, trans rights, and also check out KirbySpeedrun.com to learn Kirby games. Thank you so much, Shasta, for that amazing donation, getting us over the finish line for that Boss Endurance Showcase. Everybody, that's $500 more raised towards the amazing, amazing charity of Trans Lifeline. Let's go!
And you're not going to be disappointed in that run, trust me. That run is gonna go by real fast. You're gonna see bosses go down in literally. One of the bosses goes down in literally like 5 seconds. I'm not kidding. It's that quick. Yes, learn a Kirby game. Absolutely learn one, or at the very least, if you don't want to learn one, definitely play one. And now we're kind of close to our in-game sections. But how do y'all feel about ice? How do y'all feel about ice?
I feel like enjoying or liking ice is pretty slippery slope, if you ask me.
That's fine.
We have someone saying it's cool. I want all of the boo this person jokes, please. By all means, let's do it.
Why boo them? They're right. Well, why are you booing them? They're right.
Well, I mean, look, dad jokes for me are now a new thing. I've got a 12-week-old at home, and they're just all I speak with now is just dad jokes.
Oh, trust me, you're gonna be learning a lot more then. you wait until they're like 5 years old, and they're just like, I'm hungry. And you'll know immediately how to respond. And there's our last Mr. Frosty of the run, so quit 07 to Mr. Frosty / Mr. Frosty. We thank you for your service. We got it from here. Also, how do y'all feel about space? Because now we're in space. And if you're okay with space, great. If you're not, that's fine too. You know what? Get more donations in for like your favorite Kirby area and/or ability. I already see how hungry I'm, Ren.
And Sol, for those who are able to donate, we super appreciate it, but we want to let you know about 2 new incentives that just opened up. We have the Kirby's Epic Yarn Wispy Forest OOB Trick Showcase, and really quickly about that is that you are going to get to see Manta manipulate Kirby's invincibility frames so that the hurt box remains active while in a cannon, which normally is not supposed to happen. So you get into the state, you're able to take control of Kirby while still being sort of like half in a cannon state, and this effectively makes Kirby invisible. It's the only glitch in the entire game.
You absolutely want that.
Oh yeah. It's been discovered 9 years ago on accident, but it's been replicated on a regular basis by Manta, and honestly, truly, it's the only glitch of the game. So if you want to get to see it, we need to raise $300 by the end of Manta's run of Kirby's Epic Yarn. I believe in you, chat. Another amazing call. I know we can make it happen. Let's go.
Yeah. By the way, for those who missed the Dreamland 3 run before this one, you definitely want to be there because Manta is very good with commentary. And I'm sure they're gonna absolutely do very good on that. Anyways, we're getting real close to the end of the run here. This is the last 2 minutes. I'm gonna go over here, and there's Wheel again. And we're gonna have this kind of tricky segment where we're going down now, and hopefully not getting hit by the Gordos. Thankfully we didn't. Wheel away back down here. This would actually have another Battlefire, but unfortunately the only one we fight is the one in Moonlight Mansion. So I'm sorry. I would say, hey, another chance for Colon 3s in chat, but we're not going to actually fight Battlefire. If you'd like, though, you can give them in spirit. I'm sure Battlefire will appreciate it anyways. Actually, wait, no, we're doing Boss Nerds. Well, if you find them, we'll find them one more time, actually. You didn't do it then. No, never mind, you didn't do it anyways. You didn't do it anyways, it's faster first. What did I expect coming in here? Oh yeah, I didn't mention that there's a lot of 1-ups in these gold games, so that life counter tends to get pretty high. And now to actually do stuff in Peppermint Palace. So the ice fixes actually really aren't too much of a thing. Oh, okay, we're fine. Anyways, the ice fixes really aren't that much of a thing to deal with for the most part, because Wheel just kind of doesn't have to deal with it. And if our red Kirby that could keep sword, I actually don't have to even switch off of this. Just otherwise, that would be grabbing Cutter right there. So I'm gonna get rid of this enemy so they don't go after it. Call the other ones here. There we go, perfect. And now I just keep going. If I did have to get Cutter, what I would do here is there's a setup I can do to get Wheel. You see that fully there, we would have done that. But instead, we're gonna go fight Fan. This is Fan, he's adorable. He also likes to throw you. And he's kind of mean. He was very nice this time, though. And we love to see that. He does make several different names in the community, in various forms. One that tends to get thrown around a fair bit is stuff like Elephant, Fanpy is another one, which I actually have that in my split name. It's Peppermint Fanpy just because. But Fan is cute. Most of the designs in this game are cute. Until they do something mean. But that's not our only moment in here. So we're gonna go back through this way, but we're gonna go a different path that's gonna lead to our second to last gold game. So I'm gonna go up here. you remember this whole segment. But instead of going up, we're gonna go down. And that'll actually lead us here. This area is a little tricky with wheel, but we can get through that without too much hassle. And now for the most part, it's just gonna be just a little bit of slightly careful wheeling, making sure we don't hit a door during the process. In that sort of this run, you saw like a kind of a grayish Kirby that's known as Shadow Kirby. Here he is again. He did with a 1-up this time. And that's obviously not a mini boss or anything. It's just kind of like, here's the important thing that shows up here, and he shows up right at the end, right at the door that leads to the goal game. But we're about to do our final one. Our final boss for this, it's not what you think it would be. So, like, you would think, oh, it's probably like some very scary being, or something like, you know, like Dreamland 3. Oh, no, don't do that, Kirby. Thank you. We're fine.
Good save.
Yeah. Anyways, so our final boss for this is, it's actually Bonkers. And if you don't know who that is, basically he's a giant monkey with a hammer. And likes to wear jeans. Kirby designs are wild. Very quickly come down here. Drop wheel, we are finally done with it for the run. And we're gonna get fire, because fire surprisingly does a lot of damage. Case in point, that was the Bonkers fight, and that's it. And now we have our final goal game. Time will actually be when the dance finishes at the end of this. So while we have these few seconds, let me go ahead and give a small shout out to the Kirby community in general. Like I said, we have a Discord, we have a speedrun wiki. Definitely check those out. We'd love to have you. Shout out to Shasta for the donation at the end. Oh, also real quick, time.
GG.
And then we're just kind of dumped here. As you can see, we have collected precisely 0 mirror shards. Meta Knight will be fine. I'm sure he can get through. It's all good. He'll be okay.
Meta Knight can handle himself. It's fine.
Exactly. But we're not done here. We actually have boss endurance.
Absolutely, everybody. Thank you so much. Because of your generosity, we were able to raise another $500 for Trans Lifeline. And now we are going to get to see Sol take on the Boss Endurance Showcase.
Yeah.
Sol.
Ready? Awesome.
The floor is yours. Go for it.
All right. So time won't start just yet. I'm going to go in here real quick. I'm going to grab this. So this is Smash. Just very quick demo. You know it, you love it. You got the stone, you got the cutter, you got the hammer. It's amazing. It's such a good ability. And you see this boss here. So we're gonna start by playing golf. But anyways, time will start in 3, 2, 1, go. And so we're gonna throw you into the wall, and then we're gonna keep doing this. Like I said, we played golf with Major Titan. But he's not done. He actually has 2 phases, and then we're gonna do 2 more hammer swings, and that's the fight.
All right.
And that's going to be kind of a recurrent trend. For a lot of these fights, we're going to be wanting the hammer attack. The hammer tends to be very good. Cutter is safe if we need it for safety, and stone is good for a few fights, depending on where we actually need it. For Molly, though, we're just going to be playing whack-a-mole. And he was actually very nice. He just kind of gave us, like, great pattern. Here's the boss that dies in, like, 3 seconds. That's King Golem. I don't, if you have any questions, I'm sorry, but that fight is over. We also actually have mini-boss rushes, so there's Bonkers again. We're just gonna keep doing this. We have Fan and back. 3 more hammer swings. Was about to actually roll after us, so I'm glad we were able to stop that before anything happened.
Now, so
yeah, Yes.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, for someone who is not super familiar with the game like myself, are the bosses randomized for the Endurance Showcase?
The order is randomized, and that's it.
Gotcha.
By the way, real quick, just finish that with Cutter. Oh, hey, it's Meta Knight. Wait a minute. Why? What? I don't know who this is, actually. So who is this? Ron Dancers only.
Well, whoever it is, they're gone now.
Yeah, we dealt with it. Also, here's a Waddle Dee. They're gone. Ooh, very good bomb bar pattern. Ooh, that was kind of unfortunate. Boss Monster is a very rough boss, honestly. Also, I saw Jimby for the name. So this is Gobbler. We're gonna drop a rock on him. Also, shoutouts to my split name for any percent for that, which is called Kirby Goes to IKEA, because, funny shark. Oh yeah, I kind of glossed over Battlefire. Sorry about that. Good, everybody was ready for the Trollin 3s, I'm glad. Oh yeah, did I mention Master Hand is also a boss fight alongside Crazy Hand in this game?
I was going to say, I'm getting transported to Smash all of a sudden.
Yeah, and then that's it. Here's Krakow. So Manta, if you're in here, so where does this one fall on the tier, the Krakow tier list?
You are blowing through these, Sol. This is phenomenal.
Oh yeah, by the way, so, oh no, it's Dark Meta Knight! The Meta Knight we encountered was an imposter. Also, we're gonna float here. That actually saves time. You'll notice that Kirby, is on thin air. And that's actually it for Smash. We're actually gonna be done with it, so here's what we're gonna do. So this is Dark Mind. The setup is to get a double star and blow through most of its health in one shot. Ideally, it will drop a green star so we get UFO easily. That's not a good pattern. I'm gonna wait. Alright, that one works. Okay, please be good. That is the opposite of good. Okay, he's gonna do it again. Awesome. And here's UFO, and we're gonna use this to get through the final boss very quickly. So we did through that phase. So Dark Mind is now a giant flaming eyeball for reasons. Don't think about it.
Legally distinct Sauron?
Sure. Anyways, he has mirrors that he'll spin around a bunch. They are actually the weak point, and they this does a lot of damage even without that, but it does even more now. I'm gonna get rid of that because that was just a bad pattern. And that's it. That's Dark Mind. Except it's not. Except it's not. We're not actually done. We have one more phase after this, and let me ask y'all real quickly: how do y'all feel about shoot 'em ups?
I like shmups.
Yeah, so this is just kind of a Kirby staple. It shows up a lot throughout the series. So the final phase is actually a shoot 'em up segment, and let's see if we can do this without taking any damage. Time will be when I get the last hit on this. So much for that. That's okay.
That's all right.
We have plenty of health, so it's honestly it's fine, but it's still unfortunate. And time.
GG, Sol.
Yeah, so on Switch this runs a little bit faster. This would actually be like a 549, 550. But still very solid.
Yeah, amazing job, Sol. You are indeed the champion. Thank you very, very much. Do you have any shout-outs that you'd like to give?
I do. Like I already shouted out the Kirby community itself and Shasta, of course. But apart from that, just shoutouts to the chat, shoutouts to Fastest Source in general, because y'all are nailing it. I am so glad about the money that's going to Trans Lifeline. Being trans myself and everything, obviously, it's a no-brainer. But also shoutouts to Manta. I know they're about to do their epic yarn run very soon here. Definitely stick around for that. It's going to be great. Manta's an amazing runner at the game. But as far as myself, I guess, you can find me at twitch.tv/BeamQueenSol. I do a lot of Kirby runs, but I also do other platformers. I've been dabbling in other things here and there as well. I'd be more than happy to have you around. So definitely follow me there, or on Blue Sky. I'm also I go by the same name there as well. But otherwise, thanks for having me. Trans rights are human rights. Let's just make that clear. And let's hear it for the next run.
Here, Sol. Everybody, let's give it up in chat one more time for BeamQueenSol and that amazing all-goal games run of Kirby and the Amazing Mare. And again, because of your amazing generosity, we were able to unlock the Boss Endurance Showcase, which was phenomenal to see as well. And everybody, we are having such a great time here, and I know we made such a great push to unlock that boss showcase, but we have 2 new incentives that have opened. We've got Kirby's Epic Yarn Wispy Forest OOB Trick Showcase. We need $300 to unlock that, and we also have a Tunic Bid War for Link's Awakening DX. Now that's going to be the final, or excuse me, that's going to be the estimated to be about the 11:35 p.m. Eastern Time run. That is M-Chan's 100% run of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX. That's something where you'll be able to make a selection, whether if we're going to go for the red or blue tunic. I know that we can make that happen, and some of the amazing donations that have come in order to help for those 2 incentives is that we had a $2 donation from Reddick, and they said the run is really good. Thank you, Reddick. That went towards Wispy Forest OOB Trick Showcase. We also had a $5 donation from Jen the Bug, and they say donating $5 for the Kirby's Epic Yarn Trick Showcase. Trans rights. Thank you so much, Jen, for that donation. They also put that towards Wispy Forest OOB Trick Showcase. And then we had a $20 donation setting things off right for that Tunic Bid War from Crocust. And they say Ripple Field from Kirby's Dream Land 2 is probably my favorite. Also, trans rights are human rights, and they put that $20 towards red. So already starting things off right. And everybody, to get us hyped for the Balatro upcoming run, we have an interview between Leaf Otter and our very own JD Puppy. They're going to talk about Balatro, so let's go check out that interview. What do you got for us, JD?
Hello, JD Puppy here, and for this interview, we have Leif Otter, and we are super excited to have them here. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. I am, feeling more energy than I know what to do with, frankly.
Awesome. So they will be running this Saturday their run of Balatro, 3-deck, Random Seed, White Stake, no skips. Wow, that's a mouthful. What does this category mean?
So it means quite a bit. We get pretty granular in Balatro. So 3 decks, we're getting 3 runs for the price of 1. We have 3 different decks to go through. We'll get into the details of those once my run actually starts. Random Seed. Balatro is a roguelite. So each run is going to be different by design. We don't manipulate that. We do have a lot of seed hunters in the community, but we're not doing that today. White Stake, the stakes are the difficulty in Balatro. White is the baby basic difficulty because baby basic difficulty is fast. And Skipless, normally in Balatro, when you're presented with a blind or a hand, you have the opportunity to skip it for a bonus. You get a little, it's a check X and balance sort of thing. We don't do any skipping in this run. Skipping ends up in the grand scheme of like going for PBs. It's just a bit clunky. It's a lot of resetting. So this category, you don't really have to be doing any resetting for specific skips because you're not doing them. And I think that covers everything. We got the 3 decks, we got the random seed, we got the white stake, we got the no skips. Am I missing anything?
No, I think you covered it all. All right. So it sounds like that there's a lot of different categories. You said that the community does get pretty granular with categories, and we just got a good explanation of that. What would be your favorite category to run if it's not this one?
So if it's not this one, it's not a category that you're going to see on the leaderboards, but it is some that you'll find some videos floating around on YouTube. It's one that we call Buffet Percent, or Jimbo's Buffet. So Jimbo's the name of the little jester friend that shows up in Balatro, and there are a series of jokers that'll impact our run, and some of them are food themed. There's ice cream and popcorn and ramen, and like food, they go away. You eat them over time. And in Buffet Percent, all we do is we play through the game as long as it takes to see all the food, gobble it all down, and then take out a boss from there. And that's the buffet. And it's really prescient, actually, now that I think on it, because this is happening right after Kirby block, huh?
That's so true. So, Leif, you're coming back to Fastest Furs yet again with another run. And in our interactions before the interview, you've shared that Balatro is a pretty refreshing entry into your speedrunning experience. How does this differ from other speedruns that you've played? And how does this differ as a game in general to be sped
Fasted at. We fast at games here.
To be fasted. Yes. How does this differ from other games to pick up to be a speedrunning game?
So probably the biggest distinction of Balatro against other games I've played in the past, other things I've brought to Fastest Furs, is that it is a roguelite. Everything else that I have had to play and study has been a studying session. It's a route, it's a highly researched game, it's something where there's tech and execution. Not to say that there isn't tech and execution in Balatro, but it's a mix of memorization and almost feels like playing a rhythm game. You got a task in front of you and you got to do it right. In Balatro, you're improvising. You are dealing with new challenges every few seconds. You are dealing with fighting the game at every turn in ways that you don't have to fight against other games in a run. And the novelty is nice because it's both new to me as a speedrunning thing, but it's a new run every time. It's the kind of thing that doesn't get old easily.
So cool. So cool. Another question that I want to ask is, we're raising money for Trans Lifeline again. It's a really wonderful charity to raise money for. What does the trans community mean to you? And what does having a resource like Trans Lifeline as something that's available to community mean for you overall?
Oh gosh, it means the world and then some. I mean, I am a trans community. I am potentially someone that could benefit from the services of Trans Lifeline. I have trans furry friends. I have trans family members. I have trans youths in my life that look up to me and mean a lot to me. And Trans Lifeline represents to me just like a resource when things get rough that can keep that wonderful thing going in ways that you may not be able to. When you're in really dark places, and mental health can be a rough component of this, having any sort of security and safety, having some sort of harbor to go into is important. And that kind of thing didn't exist for queer people, queer youth, when I was a kid in the way that it does now. And so being able to like lend a paw to that, absolutely, of course.
Yeah. Well, we're super thrilled to have you be a part of the cause, raising money for Trans Lifeline this weekend. We're really excited to see you run your game on Saturday evening, and just really excited that you were able to join us for an interview tonight. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me at Fastest Furs again. It's awesome to be here. I'm so stoked to get at it again, and I'm so stoked to see what the rest of our runners have coming up. Thank you again for the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. So everyone, be sure to check them out Saturday evening, right after the Kirby block. Once again, this is JD Puppy, and it was a thrill to interview you, Leif.
Thank you again. Take care.
Thank you so much to JD Puppy and Leaf Otter for getting us pumped for that upcoming Balatro 3-deck random seed run. Gamers, you are watching Fastest First Fall Fest 2024 live on Twitch and benefiting Trans Lifeline, a grassroots hotline and microgrants nonprofit that offers direct emotional and financial support to trans people in crisis, a true lifeline for the trans community, by the trans community, and we are here as a part of Team Fastest Furs. They are a community of furry speedrunners that is welcome and open to all. We currently host 2 charity speedrun marathons per year in the spring and fall, and support ongoing community events throughout the year, such as our Fastest Furs Community Showcase series. Whether you are an active speedrunner or just someone who is curious about the hobby or our events, you can join us on our Discord by using the command !Discord in chat. Now, I can personally vouch for how welcoming and open this community is. Although I am not someone who identifies as furry or has a persona, I am welcomed always with open arms within this community. I always love every opportunity I have to be able to hang out with all of y'all, to be able to host and join ya, and really, truly, we welcome all, come one, come all, as you are, to be a part of this amazing community. And we are here, of course, like we said, in order to support Trans Lifeline, and we got to hear a bit about that towards the end of the interview with JD and Leaf Otter, and what it means to Leaf Otter and a lot of our community and those that you may love at home as well. And my apologies. I'm noticing here it's Leif. My apologies. I just want to make sure that we note that it's Leif Otter. Okay. So anyway, major point is that we all have individuals that we love and support, and you yourself might be an individual that can support or can benefit from what Trans Lifeline has to offer. And of course, we are raising money for Trans Lifeline for the 5th consecutive year. And Trans Lifeline was founded in 2014. It is a crisis and peer support hotline run by trans people for trans and questioning callers. Calls to Trans Lifeline are fully anonymous, confidential, and use informed consent when connecting to resources outside of the hotline. Operating in both the US and Canada, Trans Lifeline needs our help to meet the ongoing demand for their services, and we hope you consider joining us in supporting their life-saving work by using the command !Donate in chat. For more information, please visit www.translifeline.org. And everybody, donating is so easy. If you go ahead and type !Donate into the chat, you'll see a link that will pop up. It'll bring you to our donation landing page. Or if you also look at the top of Twitch chat, pinned there, we have a message from Pods SR, and it'll say there, donate with a link. If you click that link, it will bring you to our donation landing page. While you're there, you can punch in your donation amount, an email, an alias, and don't worry, you can donate anonymously if you want to, and put a message, or you can say nothing at all. Every little bit goes towards the amazing cause that is Trans Lifeline. You know, every time I have the pleasure of joining you and I'm able to host, I let you know, no donation is too small or too large, whether if you donate with a name or anonymously, or if you have a message or have nothing to say at all, every little bit really counts. And as I look over at our donation total, so far, we have raised $10,453 for the amazing Trans Lifeline. Everybody, your generosity never ceases to amaze me, but I know we are just getting started. We still have the rest of tonight and all of tomorrow for us to continue raising money for this amazing, I can't say that enough, work that Trans Lifeline does. And when you do donate, you are getting yourself entered into some of the amazing prizes that we have lined up for this weekend. Now, we had prizes on Thursday and Friday. I already told you about how I was really looking forward to that PS5 on Thursday's prizes. But you know what? On Friday, and we just got done with that interview with Leif and JD, right? We have that giant Balatro, a Cavendish Perler, that was donated by the Scuba Pup. That is absolutely beautiful. That if you were able to do a cumulative amount of $50 on Friday, you were entered to win that. But you know what? Some of the prizes for this weekend that you really want to keep an eye on, if you can also hit that $50 cumulative total over the course of Saturday and Sunday, you'll be entered in to win our grand prize, which is a 512 gigabyte LCD Steam Deck that was donated by our very own Sonic Mega. Thank you so much, Sonic, for donating that to the prizes. And not only that, for a single donation of $25 or more, you can be entered in to win what is a absolute litany amount of prizes. Just is phenomenal set. If you type in exclamation point prizes in chat, you'll get to actually see most of them. We have links that will get you to see what they look like and what they are exactly. They are phenomenal. We've got a Perler set that has Rystar, Tunic, Super Metroid by the Scuba Pup, keeping the Scuba Pup theme going, right? Thank you so much for all of the amazing prizes you put forward. We have a set of 4 Fastest Furs Trans Pride coasters by myself that I put forward, personally designed, 3D printed. Trans rights are human rights, and we definitely wanted to make sure that we had a little bit of coaster love on the prizes that were available too. We have Furry Merch Enamel Pins prize pack that was donated by Elfhund. We have a $100 Amazon gift card that was donated by Firebird Lover, an LED badge and stand by Tail Sound Wave, custom stainless steel water bottle commission that was donated by wolfdogkarma.com. So if you are able to win that, you'll be able to get a commissioned water bottle of your design, a Super Trash Bros t-shirt that was donated by weaselgear.com. By KeatCat, we had Pokemon Starter Diamond Pixel Painting, which is absolutely stunning. Definitely go check that. Click that link and make sure you can see it. And then most recently, we had from 2 of our very lovely sponsors, we had a custom Under Armour hoodie that you will be able to win. It's a commissioned work. So again, kind of like the prior commissioned work that we talked about with that custom stainless steel water bottle. Here with our partner, Timberwolf Trading, if you were able to win that, you will get a custom Under Armour hoodie commissioned, and that is going to be phenomenal, right? It is so comfy. It is going to be a commissioned design, so you'll be able to work with them to make it what you want it to be, and you're going to want to win it. I promise you that. And we also, with our other partner, Dragon Roast Coffee, they put forward a Dragon Roast Coffee Adventuring Party Bundle. Now, the pictured coffee that's there is an assortment, plus you'll get a custom Fall Fest 2024 tumbler, and that was donated by the lovely Dragon Roast Coffee. You can make a full party today by donating that $25 minimum donation. You'll get a Druid brew, a Paladin brew, a Necromancer brew. All of it looks absolutely delicious, and I can't wait to see what you have brewing with your donations, everybody. Now, again, I cannot stress this enough. We have such an amazing schedule lined up. I said this at the beginning of my shift. I know I'm here with you just for the Kirby block, but for the remainder of Saturday's schedule, we have absolutely just the bangers of all bangers that you would want to see. Okay, we've got Lay Fodder coming up after this upcoming run of Kirby's Epic Yarn. Lay Fodder is going to be doing Balatro, a 3-deck random seed, no skips, which is really important. So anyone who has ever played Balatro, you know that is absolutely a really difficult run to get through if you're going to do no skips. So I really appreciate that. Oh, hey, wow. We just got a very awesome raid. Wow, Sky Fox, thank you so very much for that raid, everybody. We are here raising money for Trans Lifeline, and we are proud to be supporting Trans Lifeline for the 5th consecutive year. Everybody, Trans Lifeline, founded in 2014. They are a crisis and peer support hotline run by trans people for trans and questioning callers. Calls to Trans Lifeline are fully anonymous, confidential, and use informed consent when connecting to resources outside of the hotline. Operating in both the U.S. and Canada, Trans Lifeline needs our help to meet the ongoing demand for their services, and we hope that you are nice, amazing raiders that just came in, consider joining us and supporting their life-saving work. by donating. You can go ahead and put !donate into the chat, or you can go to the pinned chat at the top of the Twitch chat. You can click that donation link. Any little bit that you can give is greatly, greatly appreciated. And if you want to learn a little bit more about Trans Lifeline, please visit www.translifeline.org. Thank you very, very much for joining us. I know you're going to have an absolute blast, and we were just talking about our upcoming runs for the rest of the evening. I was just talking about Leif Otter's upcoming run of Balatro. After that, we've got Forest and its run of Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom, an any percent run. If you haven't played that, that's a phenomenal platformer. Definitely go pick it up if you have the opportunity to be able to do so. After that, we've got Amchan doing a 100% run of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. And speaking of that Link's Awakening run, we have an incentive related to that game. We've got a bid war. You get to pick between the red or blue tunic. Now, that's going to end about 45 minutes into the run. But when you go to donate, if you go to the open incentives, you can attribute your donation to either the red or blue tunic. Right now, red is in the lead with $20, setting the tone off right with that first donation that came in for it. But we've still got a long way to go before that is going to close. So blue fans out there, you want to get your donations in to overtake red and really let the superior tunic win. I really want to see that blue. So y'all need to come up and really make sure that that happens. And speaking of other incentives that you can attribute your donation to, and if I had to say so, maybe I'm being a little greedy because it's during my block, but Manta's upcoming run of Kirby's Epic Yarn has an incentive that needs to be met before the end of the run. Now, that's going to be coming up because once that run starts, we've got about an hour and 35 minutes to be able to meet $300. If we're able to meet $300 by the end of Kirby's Epic Yarn, we will get to see Wispy's Forest OOB Trick Showcase. Now, you're probably wondering, Joe, what in the world is that? And what that is, it's the only glitch in the entire game. You will get to see Manta manipulate Kirby's invincibility frames so that the hurt box remains active while in a cannon, which normally is not supposed to happen. And if you get hit in this state, you are able to take control of Kirby while still being in that half cannon state, and it effectively make Kirby invisible, among other weird effects. But you know what? It's the only glitch in the game for what is a well put together game. This glitch was discovered about 9 years ago, completely by accident. And our very own Manta here is going to be making that run, is really one of the only people who can replicate and do this glitch. Now, it's really not useful in any meaningful way, but you know what? It's the only glitch in this entire well put together game, and really, truly, we are ready to roll. Really see that. So please, if we are able to make that happen, $300. We currently sit at $7 of the $300 needed to unlock it. That's $293. Speaking is hard, people, especially when you've been doing it for a few hours now at this point. All right, let's see here. What are we looking at? I want to keep the schedule rolling here, right? I got a little distracted with the red and blue tunic bid war because after M-Chan's run of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX, we've got Pepsi's run of I'm probably going to really just, botch this, but let's go Tazumachi Behind the Twilight, 150 sources. That's going to be a phenomenal run in order to catch. We're also going to have a Final Fantasy run with the cutscene remover, any percent. After that, we've got the Hell Fridge with an any percent run of Frogun Encore. Everybody, if you haven't been catching on by now, we are non-stop. Thursday and Friday, we might have put an end to the day, and we might have gone to sleep for a little bit, but we are rolling all night, all morning until the end of Sunday. We really, truly welcome any form of support you can for the amazing Trans Lifeline. Again, you've got all the way until the end of Sunday, but why wait? If you have the opportunity to donate now, every little bit goes a long way. This is a great time. I know I gave a shout out earlier to some of our amazing sponsors that we have. And let's talk about them really quickly. We are thrilled to once again partner with Timberwolf Trading to bring our Fall Fest 2024 marathon shirts to you. Use the command !merch in chat to browse our new Fall Fest 2024 designs from Sky Blue Arts, Flux, Rotom, Fizzy J, and Autumn Wyvern. We got to see some art from Autumn Wyvern just one game ago. $5 from each shirt purchased will be donated directly to Trans Lifeline. Every available until the end of the event, so don't miss out on your chance to pick one up today. You can also check out the entire Timberwolf Trading store online at www.timberwolftrading.ca, where you can order your own custom stickers, shirts, laser engravings, and more from this furry-owned business. And speaking of Timberwolf Trading and some of the amazing merch that they have there, for all of our amazing Kirby runs that we have here and our fans of Kirby, they do have some Kirby merch that you can buy. I believe we have a really cute shirt there for Timberwolf Trading, so definitely go check that out, you Kirby fans. And we are also really proud to welcome Dragon Rose Coffee as an event sponsor for Fall Fest 2024. Dragon Rose Coffee is a dedicated coffee for gamers and the gaming community. Their small, passionate team puts their hearts into roasting coffee to order, and each batch is roasted with the mythical heat of dragon fire, infusing a touch of enchantment in every sip. Use the command !coffee in chat for a link to their website, dragonroast.coffee. While shopping, enter the promo code FALLFEST at checkout for 10% off your order. Plus, for each 12-ounce bag of coffee purchased, Dragon Rose Coffee will donate $5 directly to TransLife. And a couple of other amazing things that we are really happy to partner with is Fall Fest is once again being sponsored by Furry Logic Escape Rooms. Furry Logic brings escape room experiences to conventions all over the United States, including furrycons and speedrunning events. Follow them on Blue Sky at furrylogic.bsky.social or use the command !FurryLogic in chat for a link and keep an eye out for them at your next event. Now, I have to say, I had the opportunity to be able to check out these escape rooms, and they are worth it. I promise you, if you have the chance to go check it out, definitely go do so. And with that, everybody, we are... The nature of live events, everybody. Sometimes your mic cuts out. Everybody, we are ready for our next run. I'm not going to string you around any longer. We are ready to roll. Our next runner holds top 5 times in almost every category for the very game they are about to run. They are making their first ever Fastest Furs appearance, so join me in giving a Fastest Furs welcome to Manta Plant as they do an any % run of Kirby's Epic Yarn. Good luck, Manta.